Theseus was born to Aethra, daughter of King Pittheus of Troezen, and Aegeus, the king of Athens. His birth was shrouded in mystery and divine influence, as Aethra was said to be visited by Poseidon the same night, further intertwining Theseus' destiny with both mortal and divine realms. Before departing, Aegeus left his sword and sandals under a massive rock, instructing Aethra that only when Theseus was strong enough to lift the stone should he claim them and journey to Athens. As Theseus grew, his strength, intelligence, and courage marked him as extraordinary. When he reached maturity, he effortlessly lifted the rock and retrieved the items, signifying the start of his journey to Athens to claim his rightful place. Choosing the perilous land route over the safer sea journey, Theseus encountered and overcame legendary foes such as Periphetes, the club-wielding bandit, Cenes the pine-bender, and the ruthless Procrustes. These feats showcased his cunning and valor, establishing his path as a hero destined for greatness. The tragedy of Athens began with the death of Androgeus, son of King Minos of Crete, who met his end during games held in Athens. Suspected foul play or treachery by the Athenians infuriated King Minos. In his grief and wrath, he launched a relentless war against Athens, subjugating the city and imposing a severe punishment. Every 9 years, Athens was forced to send 7 young men and 7 maidens to Crete as a tribute. Their fate was grim. They would be sacrificed to the monstrous Minotaur, a creature with the body of a man and the head of a bull, confined within the winding labyrinth designed by the ingenious Daedalus. This cruel demand weighed heavily on Athens, shrouding the city in mourning as families feared their children being chosen for the sacrifice. The Minotaur itself was the unnatural offspring of Minos' wife, Pasiphae, and a divine bull, a living symbol of betrayal and vengeance. Each tribute reminded Athens of its subjugation and fueled a sense of dread and helplessness across generations. Moved by the endless mourning and fear gripping Athens, Theseus, son of King Aegeus and Aethra, could no longer bear to witness his people suffer under King Minos' cruel tribute. Every 9 years, the youths of Athens were sent to Crete to be devoured by the monstrous Minotaur, a punishment imposed after the death of Minos' son, Androgeus. Theseus, with courage etched deep in his heart, stepped forward in the assembly and declared, "I will sail to Crete, enter the labyrinth, and slay the Minotaur. I vow to return victorious and free Athens from this torment." King Aegeus, stricken with dread at the thought of losing his son, tried to dissuade him, but Theseus' resolve was unshakable. The prince promised his father that if he succeeded, the ship would return with white sails; if he failed, the sails would remain black, signaling defeat. With the fate of Athens weighing upon him, Theseus joined the chosen youths and set out across the Aegean Sea, driven by hope, determination, and the promise of salvation for his people. As the sun rose, Theseus gathered with a group of young Athenians at the bustling harbor, each of them filled with trepidation about their fate. They were setting sail for Crete, destined to confront the dreaded Minotaur, a monster that haunted their dreams. Climbing aboard the ship, Theseus felt the weight of their fear but also the spark of courage within him. The journey across the turbulent sea was filled with anxious murmurs and restless hearts. The waves crashed against the hull, mirroring the uncertainty they all felt. Yet, Theseus stood firm, his resolve unwavering. He spoke to his companions, reminding them that they were not just sacrifices but heroes embarking on a quest for freedom. As the shores of Crete loomed closer, Theseus's heart raced with determination. He envisioned the labyrinth that awaited him, knowing he would face the beast that had plagued Athens for far too long. In that moment, he promised himself and his companions that he would return victorious. Upon arriving in Crete, Theseus was struck by the beauty of the palace, yet his heart raced with the imminent challenge. As he prepared to face the Minotaur, he encountered Ariadne, the enchanting daughter of King Minos. Her eyes sparkled with determination as she approached him, sensing the hero's noble spirit. "I cannot bear to see you perish," Ariadne confessed, her voice filled with urgency. In that moment, a bond formed between them, fueled by both admiration and love. She revealed her knowledge of the labyrinth, the intricate maze that housed the monstrous beast. Ariadne offered Theseus a ball of thread, a clever tool to navigate the twists and turns of the labyrinth and find his way back. "With this, you will defeat the Minotaur and return to me," she promised, hope shining in her eyes. Grateful and inspired, Theseus accepted her help, their destinies intertwined. With Ariadne by his side, he felt a newfound strength as he prepared to confront the terror that lay ahead. As Theseus stood at the mouth of the labyrinth, anxiety twisted in his stomach. The daunting tales of the Minotaur, a beast with the body of a man and the head of a bull, swirled in his mind. Just then, Ariadne, King Minos' enchanting daughter, stepped forward, her face illuminated by a flickering torchlight. "I cannot let you enter without help," she declared, her voice steady yet filled with concern. From her pouch, she produced a shimmering golden thread. "This is no ordinary thread, it will guide you back to me. Tie one end here at the entrance, and unwind it as you navigate the maze. When you defeat the Minotaur, simply follow the thread back." Theseus took the thread, feeling its warmth radiate in his hands. "With your gift, I can conquer this beast and return," he promised, determination igniting in his heart. Tying the thread securely, he stepped into the labyrinth, emboldened by Ariadne's support, ready to face the monster that lurked in the shadows. With the golden thread securely tied around his wrist, Theseus stepped into the labyrinth, its entrance yawning like a dark mouth ready to swallow him whole. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of damp stone, and the walls loomed high above, shrouded in shadow. This intricate maze, designed by the brilliant architect Daedalus, was a masterpiece of confusion meant to trap the Minotaur and anyone who dared enter. Each turn brought a new sense of dread, and the sound of his footsteps echoed ominously in the silence. Every corner held the potential for danger, and Theseus's heart raced with uncertainty. Would he encounter the beast at any moment, or was he simply walking deeper into its lair? As he moved deeper into the labyrinth, he recalled Ariadne's thread, a lifeline in the darkness. He unwound it carefully, knowing that it would lead him back to safety. Determined, Theseus pressed forward, steeling himself for the inevitable confrontation with the monstrous creature that awaited him in the shadows. In the depths of the labyrinth, Theseus stood face to face with the terrifying Minotaur, a creature born from the depths of nightmares. The air was thick with tension as the beast's growls echoed off the stone walls, sending shivers down Theseus's spine. With a deep breath, he prepared himself for the battle that would determine the fate of Athens. As the Minotaur charged, Theseus sidestepped with agility, dodging its massive horns. He fought with all his might, using both his strength and wits to evade the beast's ferocious attacks. The labyrinth twisted and turned around him, but he remained focused, determined to emerge victorious. In a decisive moment, Theseus saw an opening. He lunged forward, delivering a powerful strike with his sword that pierced the Minotaur's heart. The creature roared in agony before collapsing to the ground. Exhausted but triumphant, Theseus had defeated the monster, ready to lead the young Athenians back through the labyrinth and secure their freedom. With the Minotaur defeated, Theseus took a moment to catch his breath, the echoes of the beast's roar still ringing in his ears. Grateful for Ariadne's magical thread, he unraveled it carefully, allowing it to guide him through the twisting, dark passages of the labyrinth. Each step felt heavier with the weight of his victory, but hope surged within him as he envisioned freedom for himself and the young Athenians. As he navigated the maze, the thread illuminated his path, leading him away from the danger that had once loomed large. The faint light grew brighter, and soon, he spotted the entrance he had entered. The sound of his companions' voices grew closer, filling him with joy. Finally emerging from the labyrinth, Theseus was greeted by the eager faces of the Athenian youths, relief washing over them as they realized they were safe. Together, they celebrated their escape, a testament to courage and teamwork, and began their journey back to Athens, their hearts filled with hope and triumph. Theseus and Ariadne sailed away from Crete, their hearts full of hope after defeating the Minotaur. Together, they arrived on the enchanting island of Naxos, where the vibrant landscape matched their dreams. Ariadne imagined a future filled with love and adventure, but Theseus felt the pull of his responsibilities back in Athens. As they explored the island, Theseus wrestled with conflicting emotions. The weight of his duty to his city pressed heavily upon him. One night, as Ariadne peacefully slept under the stars, he made the heart-wrenching decision to leave her behind. He believed that his people needed him, and the promise of glory beckoned him. Quietly, Theseus set sail alone, glancing back at the island that held memories of their shared triumph. Upon his return to Athens, he was met with celebrations, hailed as a hero for freeing the city from the Minotaur's terror. Yet, deep inside, he felt a void, a reminder of the love he had forsaken in his pursuit of glory.